Hello everyone, maayong buntag, maayong hapon, or maayong gabi sa inyo diha. I am Marian Rose S. Bacod from DevCom 206, Section C, and today I will be presenting a very interesting topic under Module 17, the podcasts, the SMS, songs, and social media for development. But of course, specifically, I will focus on the section Peruvian podcasting, podcasting on the move, and in demand information for all. So, through these examples, we will see how something like audio communication can create meaningful change, especially in remote areas and marginalized communities. So before diving into these examples, let us briefly understand what podcasts are in the context of development communication. So podcasts technically are digital audio files that can be downloaded or streamed through the internet. But more importantly, they are tools for communication, information access, education, and community participation. So, in developing countries where access to radio frequencies, internet, or electricity may be limited, podcasts and other forms of audio communication are becoming alternative ways to reach people, especially those who live in far-flung areas or even left unheard. So, let us begin with the Peruvian experience. In the Cajamarca region of the northern Peru, the organization called Practical Action introduced podcasting as a way to reach rural communities that rely mainly on agriculture for their livelihood. So most people there in the Cajamarca didn't have stable internet access. So Practical Action created an offline podcasting system. So this is how Practical Action addressed the need of that certain region. So they gathered expert advice like how to raise a cattle or how to grow a grape, how to grow grapes, or even how to improve harvests. And after that, they recorded these audio files. After recording them, they sent these audio files to local telecenters via the internet. So these telecenters technically would then play the recordings and distribute them using CDs and cassette tapes since many people even have didn't own digital audio players. So the impact then was significant. Through podcasting, farmers gained direct access to knowledge and of course expert information that they previously didn't have. So it gave them a voice and allowed their stories and needs to be heard. So it also showed that new and old technologies can blend effectively. So even without fast internet or modern gadgets, people can still participate in development communication. But as long as the medium is appropriate and of course appropriate and considering to their needs and context. So in short, podcasting doesn't need to be high tech. It just need to be inclusive. So now, let us travel to Sri Lanka, where another creative form of emerged, and this is called the podcasting on the move. So this was part of the Kotmale Community Project radio project, which aimed to bring information to isolated rural communities in hilly areas. So because of poor infrastructure there, no, people couldn't always tune in to radio broadcast. So the team introduced a mobile broadcasting unit known as the e-tuk-tuk. And I believe most of you are familiar with this kind of mobile broadcasting unit. because we can somehow see them along our
Manako.
highways
Girl, baro ko.
or even
Charger,
our
B?
barangay roads.
Guwapa bitaw ko.
So the e-tuk-tuk is a three-wheeled vehicle equipped with first
Guys,
a laptop computer, a wireless internet, a
girl,
generator,
nag-prayer pa ba to sa
a
last
camera,
na
and a
meeting
and
with the SILG,
loudspeakers.
coordination meeting? Or
So
diretso
the
na si
team
Ardiato?
used this vehicle to broadcast messages directly in communities, even while moving. So they transmitted information using loudspeakers or by connecting through the telephone line. So it is like traveling radio station and bringing real-time information from one village to another. So what made this project special was how it encouraged community participation. So the e-tuk-tuk allowed people who normally couldn't go to radio studios, such as women, people from the minority groups, or those living in far-flung areas, to record, share, and hear rather their own stories. So one of the project leaders said that we
Uy, arte,
encourage
magdidi kay Roy.
skill development in communities so they can plan, record, and edit their own programs. So, the e-tuk-tuk was not just a vehicle for information. It became a vehicle for empowerment. So now, the third part of our discussion asks, can podcasts really reach everyone, especially the poorest communities? The answer depends on access. So one of the main challenges, of course, in those areas is electricity. So devices like the MP3 or phones need to be charged, which can be very difficult in remote areas. However, organizations like Practical Action are researching solar-powered digital audio players to make this possible. So another issue then is, of course, the cost.
Yeah,
But with
thanks.
today's technology, digital players can cost as little as $10 and can be paid over time through micro edit programs. So beyond technology, podcasting also opens new doors for education. So for example, imagine girls who can't attend school because they have to help their families collect water or feed livestock. So of course, diba, through podcasts, audio lessons can be played while they work or they study or even allowing them to learn without needing to be in a classroom. So this simple idea like using audio to teach can help overcome barriers of literacy, gender, or geography. So in other words, podcasts can bring learning to where people are and not just where schools are. So one of the key insights from the module says podcasting in developing countries won't look like it does in the West. But that doesn't mean it will not happen. So that means podcasting doesn't have to rely solely on the internet streaming. So it could be on CD, on a cassette tape, or a radio, or even a tuk-tuk on wheels. So what matters is the message and how it reach and not just the medium itself. So, to summarize it all, no, Peruvian podcasting showed us how local content can empower farmers. Podcasting on the move, meanwhile, demonstrated how mobility and innovation can overcome geographical barriers. And of course, on-demand information for all reminded us that accessibility and inclusivity are key to sustainable communication. So together, these examples prove that podcasting is more than just audio. It is a powerful tool for participation, learning, and of course, empowerment. So whether it is a telecenter in Peru or a tuk-tuk in Sri Lanka or a solar-powered player in Africa, The essence of podcasting for development remains the same. To give voice to the voiceless, and of course, bring information closer to those who need it most. So thank you very much, and that's all for my presentation this day. Have a great day.